Coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
An update on the Quinnipiac President's Home with a Q30 News exclusive on the renovation plans.
And the Student Government Association elections are underway with new positions for the 2019-2020 school year.
Plus, the Clubhouse Cafe has canceled its liquor permit. A recap of the events that led to this.
All that and more coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Emma Carmen.
And I'm Paige Meyer. Q-thon took place this weekend and Quinnipiac surpassed their goal once again. Brooke Riley has the story.
Quinnipiac's largest philanthropy event, Q-thon, took place this past Saturday, having its most successful year yet.
I would say it was the best Q-thon we've ever had. I think it went super successful.
With over 1,700 participants, a total of $332,567.12 was raised for the Connecticut Children's Medical Center, exceeding the goal of $323,000 by over $10,000.
We knew that the goal was ambitious going in, but we have been working so hard, especially the past semester leading up, that we knew that with all of our determination and hard work and all of the dedicated participants that we had this year, that we were going to get there.
The goal was hit earlier in the evening, but the directors kept it to themselves.
Nicole and I got revealed by our advisors that we reached 323 at like 6 o'clock, and that video is like priceless, our reaction. And then we let the whole management team know the number around like 11 o'clock, and then we revealed at like 11:45 to the community.
Many changes were made to the setup of Q-thon this year, helping the event run more smoothly.
We had a lot of new activities going on throughout the night, such as like Microsoft gaming pods were there. We actually had Burt Con space for the first time, so we were able to have spin classes go on through there, shoot around basketball. So there's a lot for students to engage in, which I think made the day extra special.
The co-executive directors believe that Q-thon would not be so successful without its participants.
While the management team is comprised of 22 of us, Q-thon in general would not be successful and would not be Quinnipiac's largest philanthropy event if it was not for all of our dedicated participants.
With a new management team being selected soon, Q-thon is expected to continue growing even larger. Brooke Riley, Q30 News.
Jamison Shearlease, the previous program director for Quinnipiac in Los Angeles, has been released from his responsibilities. John Morgan reported the quote, "The university does not comment on personnel matters. Delia Maldonado, who has been an adjunct professor for the program, is serving as the interim director of QU in LA while the university searches for a new program director," end quote. The long-awaited 32-acre property that not only borders the Mount Carmel campus but will also benefit students, faculty, and staff will be home to the current president, Judy Olian, and all those who follow in her footsteps.
The annual Ask Away event held by Quinnipiac Student Government Association took place last Monday, March 25th in the Burt Con Gymnasium. Ask Away was designed as a brave space for students to feel comfortable asking questions that may be deemed as a touchy subject. This event allows students to facilitate conversations between each other that normally are not discussed. The SGA elections for the 2019-2020 school year are in full swing. Students of all grades are searching for signatures to be put in the running as candidate. Each grade level and the Student Government Association Executive Board are looking for the best to represent. Elections will take place on April 10th. Brooke Riley has an update. Brooke?
Election is coming for student government and there are 9 new positions. President of SGA, Ryan Hicks, says that the new positions are to represent the students better.
We know that every year we're going to have these voices at the table, just so that when our meetings come time and we're making decisions, as many students as possible can be represented in our meetings.
The 9 new positions include 2 multicultural and identity senators, 1 international student senator, 1 commuter student senator, 1 student athlete senator, 1 liberal arts senator, 1 academic at-large senator, a health and wellness accessibility senator, and a student veteran senator. Austin Calvo is Vice President of Student Experience. He expects the new positions to bring new perspectives to the board.
I think they're going to come in really fired up and with a lot of really good ideas about different ways, different unique ways that those of us that have been on SGA for 1 year, the past couple years or whatever, that we haven't thought of, just because they're all going to be bringing such unique perspectives.
The new positions are on the ballot for the upcoming election. SGA hopes with a diverse Senate they will represent the students better.
I hope that when people do find out about them, they're excited about it and they view it as another opportunity to get involved and actually do something.
We're going to better advocate, we're going to better represent, we're going to have more initiatives. Our initiative is going to cover a much larger span, and through that it's just going to improve the university.
From Quinnipiac University, I am Nyungan, Q30 News.
A local Hamden bar, Clubhouse Cafe's liquor permit is now canceled after being shut down by the Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection due to serving underage customers. Matt Fortin has more.
Paige and Emma, Clubhouse Management has officially relinquished their liquor license to the state of Connecticut after really what has been a dramatic turn of events for the troubled Quinnipiac watering hole. Clubhouse Cafe is, of course, just a few miles up the road from Quinnipiac and has a history of run-ins with law enforcement. Its liquor license was first suspended last April when a Hamden police raid revealed dozens of underage bargoers. The manager was fined $38,000 for that infraction. Fast forward to January of this year, and a second police raid uncovered over 100 additional underage drinkers. Many of them were Quinnipiac students. This prompted a temporary liquor license suspension and likely the for sale sign posted outside. The property is listed under Coldwell Banker for around $250,000. Management officially gave up their liquor license last Tuesday. And with all things considered, this certainly does look like the official end to Clubhouse Cafe. Of course, we'll keep you posted on any new developments in this story. Reporting in Hamden, Matt Fortin, Q30 News.
What's next in the effort to legalize recreational marijuana in Connecticut? Well, this past Monday, the committee voted to advance a bill that sets up the legal framework for the sale of marijuana to adults that are 21 and older. This bill being passed is just one piece of the legislative effort to legalize cannabis, and the next deadline is April 12th. It is currently pending, but it would wipe clean the criminal records of all low-level offenders.
Still to come, graduation tickets will be available soon, and students are not happy with the further distribution of additional tickets.
And Brian Schwartz is here with a quick weather update.
4 tickets to their graduating ceremony free of charge. This is a reduced amount of tickets from last year. This upsets many students who come from big families. Callie Keys has more.
For Quinnipiac seniors, time is limited as the countdown to commencement is just about 50 days away, and seniors are preparing to walk across the stage, as registration for commencement tickets are just 1 week away. With commencement changes announced at the beginning of the year, students are worried about how many tickets they will receive and who they will choose to come.
I have a very large family, even though I'm an only kid. I have family in California coming out. I have little cousins who want to come to Quinnipiac, and now I have 4 tickets.
Students in years past have received anywhere from 6 to 10 tickets for family and friends. This year, students in the schools of health sciences, nursing, communications, and College of Arts and Sciences will receive 4 tickets, and the schools of business and engineering will receive 5. The university has encouraged students looking for more tickets to find graduates who aren't planning on using all of their own. But many are not willing to just give their extra tickets away.
The thing that kind of really pisses me off the most and gets me angriest is the fact that there are kids in each graduation, and they're kids, they're acting childish in this, trying to sell their graduation tickets.
One senior who requested anonymity said he jumped on the bandwagon when he saw others posting that they were selling their tickets.
I have 1 extra ticket just because only 3 of my family members expressed interest in coming, so I had 1 more. I saw many other people offering to sell them before me. I saw many other people post that they're willing to pay. I saw many of those way before I ever posted, so I thought that was the norm and that was acceptable.
Students seeking more tickets are frustrated, but some are understanding that since students are willing to pay, students are going to sell them.
It may not be right, but we all need tickets, so I think anyone will pay.
But there are many like Franklin that think this is unacceptable for seniors to do.
Just be reasonable. If kids need tickets, give them to them. We're all graduating. We don't need to haggle for graduation tickets.
For Q30 News, Callie Keys.
Today in the dining hall in front of Aubon Pond, Quinnipiac Dining Services and Big Event volunteers assembled Matter boxes to donate to the Project AIDS of New Haven. This charity event follows the lead of Ellen DeGeneres and her 1 Million Acts of Goodness program. Over 200 boxes included Cheerios, Nature Valley bars, and assorted goodies with a note of inspiration promoting acts of kindness. Students who are living on campus next year have received their housing lottery numbers for their 2019-2020 school year. These numbers allow students to pick their housing situations on a first-come, first-served basis. The lower the lottery number, the earlier students can pick their new home for the upcoming year. Housing selection will take place during each student's assigned time next week.
Quinnipiac's own Student Programming Board will be hosting their annual St. Baldrick's event on April 1st at Burt Concourt. Whether you decide to shave your head, volunteer, or donate, Quinnipiac wants you to be a part of the excitement. The St. Baldrick's Foundation is a volunteer-powered charity that funds more in childhood cancer research grants than any other organization than the U.S. government. Throughout the entire day today, there were 4 tables set up in the piazza where students could make stuffed animals for Yale New Haven's pediatric neurology floor. This was an awareness event for brain cancer and to educate students more about the brain. Students from the Behavioral Neuroscience Club hosted this annual event.
Thursday, March 28th is the last day for students to withdraw from any 14-week classes. If students choose to withdraw from a course, they will receive a W on their transcript with no tuition refund. A university withdrawal form can be picked up from a student's advisor and returned with the necessary signatures. The 2019 Bobcat Challenge is in full swing. Since the beginning of March, Quinnipiac athletic fans have been able to donate to the competition. This week, each of our 21 athletic teams are fighting for the win for their respective teams. Whichever team has the most donors between Monday, March 25th, and this Friday, March 29th, will be rewarded an additional monetary prize. Head on over to QuinnipiacAthletics.com to donate to your favorite team.
New Jersey and Delaware are the latest states to legalize sports betting, and Connecticut may be next. Legalizing sports betting can take up to a year to be passed. Republican State Senator Tony Huang urges those in favor of legalizing sports betting to be cautious of the result.
That we would have impact on young college students that are scarce on money that could be very influencing the integrity of the game.
Others believe the potential of sports betting is a great gamble for the stake to take.
Make sure that we take care of people who have issues, prevent them from having more issues, but the vast majority of us who can handle this in a responsible way, we have to create avenues for them to enjoy themselves.
Governor Ned Lamont's administration is working to make an agreement with the tribes, resolving rights to sports betting. This past Monday, Republican lawmakers took the fight against tolls on the road and tried to rally people to help stop the plan. Right now, several toll bills are moving forward in the Connecticut legislature. There was a protest called No Tolls Connecticut this past Saturday against Governor Ned Lamont's proposal. The ralliers said that adding tolls will hurt the economy and raise the cost of living in the state.
Cassidy Berger is here with this week's political update. Cassidy?
Thanks, guys. Tonight's political news is all about Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. This investigation began following the 2016 election and culminated in the Mueller report, which was delivered to Attorney General William Barr on Friday. AG Barr then delivered a 4-page summary to Congress this past Monday. Mueller found no evidence that neither Trump nor anyone in his campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government to sway the 2016 election in his favor, according to AG Barr's assessment. The full report has not been made public. AG Barr said, quote, "I am mindful of the public interest in this matter. For that reason, my goal and intent is to release as much of the Special Counsel's report as I can, consistent with applicable law, regulations, and departmental policies," end quote. The end of this investigation has many looking to the 2020 election, with President Trump claiming total exoneration, despite the special counsel clearly stating that it does not. Mueller has not made any determination about obstruction of justice yet. President Trump has tweeted several times about the report, including, quote, "No collusion, no obstruction, complete and total exoneration. Keep America great," end quote. Since Mueller concluded that Russia did try to influence the election, foreign policy may become a key factor in the 2020 election. Democrats are calling for an immediate release of the full report. That's all for this week's Special Politics Report. Back to Paige and Emma at the desk.
When we come back, Brian Schwartz is here to share his full weather forecast as temperatures begin to rise.
And Luca Triant is here to fill us in on the charges against Jussie Smollett and more. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Welcome to the WQAQ Morning Show. Dan Ball and Emma Spagnolo joining you here from the QAQ studios in Hamden. And Emma, it is that time of year again.
Spring has sprung, and it seems to be getting a little warmer out there. Brian, is it time to start packing up our winter coats?
Throw those winter coats away because now, guys, it is time for spring and the weather is heating up. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast on Wednesday. That was today, 42 degrees, and now it heats up as we go along the week. 51, 58, and 62 as we get into the weekend. It's going to be partly cloudy. The sun will not really come out as much as we'd like to right now, but we know baseball season starting even tomorrow, so the warmer temperature will be upon us. We'll be out to enjoy the outside weather and more. Now let's check out the weather around Connecticut for tonight. Right now in Torrington, it's 44 degrees. Hartford, it's 47. Norwich is 41. And down here near us in New Haven, it is 43 degrees. It is nice and crisp outside, not too warm, but not too cold, just where you want to be right now in the spring. But now as we move closer into April and into May, temperatures are going to heat up, be consistently in that high 40s, mid 50s, into maybe the 60s sometimes is the weather for the next few weeks. Guys, back to you.
Luca Triant is here with an update in the case against actor Jussie Smollett.
Plus, lawyer Michael Avenatti was arrested. Luca, what can you tell us?
Attorneys released a statement dropping charges against Empire actor Jussie Smollett. This comes only a month since he was charged with 16 counts of disorderly conduct after allegedly faking an anti-gay, racist attack on himself. Smollett's spokeswoman said, quote, "Today, all criminal charges against Jussie Smollett were dropped and his records have been wiped clean of the filing of the tragic complaint against him," end quote. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, however, hit back on the news of Smollett's charges, saying, quote, "You have a person using hate crime laws that are on the books. Is there no decency in this man?" End quote. It is still determined whether Smollett will return to Empire. The producers decided to remove his character for the rest of the season after the original allegations emerged. Meanwhile, Michael Avenatti, the lawyer who represented porn actress Stormy Daniels, was arrested on Monday. Avenatti was charged with trying to extort as much as $25 million from the sportswear company Nike. This is on top of another charge of stealing a client's settlement money to pay his own expenses. The lawyer received the prominence last year as he defended Daniels in a case against President Donald Trump. It is reported he was arrested in New York at a law firm. He has hit back against the allegations, however, saying, quote, "I'm highly confident that when all the evidence is laid bare in connection with these cases, when it is all known, when due process occurs, that I will be fully exonerated and justice will be done," end quote. If he is found guilty, there are chances he could serve up to life in prison. Mental health experts are urging survivors of massacres to understand that their lives are still worth living. The message comes after 3 apparent suicides by survivors from school shootings have been reported. Jeremy Richmond was the father of one of the 20 children killed in Newtown 6 years ago. He was found dead on Monday in a case that is thought to have been a suicide. 2 teenagers from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School were also found to have taken their own lives only days earlier. Experts are also asking parents whose children have gone through situations such as school shootings to understand the warning signs of suicidal behaviors and to not be afraid to check in with their child. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline can be reached at 800-273-8255. That is it for me today. Back to you guys at the desk.
When we come back, MJ Baird is here to fill us in on big news with the men's ice hockey team and more.
Plus, a heartwarming story about a Quinnipiac student who has been pursuing her bachelor's degrees for 6 years while fighting cystic fibrosis. You won't want to miss this.
Welcome to the WQAQ Morning Show. Dan Ball and Emma Spagnolo joining you here from the QAQ studios in Hamden. And Emma, it is that time of year again.
What are we going back to?
Yeah.
I think it's 3.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast. It's playoff season for winter sports and spring season is firing up. MJ, what's the latest for Quinnipiac sports?
Well, Emma, the Quinnipiac women's basketball team played its NCAA tournament first round game on Saturday. To the Carrier Dome at Syracuse we go. Bobcats in South Dakota State Jackrabbits. MAC Coach of the Year Trisha Fabry looking to win a tournament game for the third consecutive year. Macy Miller for 3. South Dakota's leading scorer all season. Jackrabbits led by 11 at the half, but the Bobcats making adjustments. A 5-point game late in the fourth. Quinnipiac turning defense into offense here. This one makes it a 3-point game. Jen Fay inside, and the Bobcats, well, they force a miss on the defensive end, but just can't get the rebound. That leads to a foul. South Dakota State would pull away from there and win 76-65. The only other winter sports still in action is the men's hockey team. Rand Pecknold and his Bobcats found out their fate in the NCAA tournament at the selection show Sunday. Quinnipiac is the number 7 seed in the Midwest Regional in Allentown, Pennsylvania. QU will play Arizona State on Saturday night in the first round. Minnesota Duluth and Bowling Green are the other 2 teams in that region. I spoke with Pecknold and the players earlier this week on their mindset heading into the tournament.
Yeah, we're excited to go back to the NCAAs. Looking forward to going to Allentown and playing Arizona State. I think it's a great matchup for us.
You're looking at 2 of the best goalies in the country. It's going to be a defensive battle. Decord is a phenomenal goalie and a phenomenal puck handler. He can play the puck better than some players. And then we obviously have Andrew Shortridge in net, who's just been an absolute stud for us all season.
It's a really exciting time, especially after the year we had last year, to kind of turn around in the summertime and show that we're capable of making the tournament and much more than that. It's a good feeling, and we're very excited in the locker room for it.
Well, last week marked the beginning of the spring season, and with that comes spring sports here on campus. The Quinnipiac baseball team played its home opener last weekend. St. Peter's in town, and it was Dre's day, as they say. Andre Marrero, that is. Bottom 1, the junior takes this one yard, a 2-run shot. Bobcats lead 2-0. And look at this one as he rounds the bases. That one long gone to left field. To the 5th we go. Marrero helping his cause in the field as well. Check this one out as the grounder gets through the infield. Marrero, of course, the Bobcats left fielder, making the play. And the hose at home plate tags the runner at home. That ends the inning and keeps the game tied at 3-3. Half an inning later, Marrero to the plate again, seeing the ball fantastically today. Another long ball, again a 2-run shot, putting the Bobcats ahead. Quinnipiac would go on to win this one. Final score of 5-4. John Delaney picked up his 100th win as a Bobcats head coach this weekend as well. So congratulations to the Bobcats skipper. Ladies, that's all for sports. Back to you.
Well, Paige, that is all the time we have for tonight's newscast. Follow us on all social media at Q30 News to stay up on date on everything that's happening on and off campus.
We will be back next week, same time, same place. For Emma Carmen and everyone behind the scenes, I'm Paige Meyer. Good night, Quinnipiac.